Hello stars from 13 stars. I'm Isabel and today I'm here to talk a little bit more about our story, Wonder. Well, now you know a little bit more about Olivia, aka Via for her parents, and August. So, in this part of the story, we think a little bit about Olivia's feelings, how she feels about the way her mother, Izabel, treats August. We know that Izabel and Nate need to take care of August. They need to pay more attention to him because he has specific needs on the grounds that he has a physical problem, something that affects his face. And in a certain way, we see that Via understands that. Well, but in my humble opinion, I feel like deep inside, Via feels that her mother and even her father should pay more attention to her. So, although I think that she's a pretty mature girl, I understand as an adult that she needs more attention and that deep inside she would like her parents to pay more attention, to talk a little bit more to her, to pay more attention to her own needs, because she's a teenager and we know that this is a pretty difficult moment in our lives, you know. Anyway, so we know that Olivia has been facing some problems with Miranda, who used to be her best and closest friend, and they are not talking to each other right now that they are at high school. So Olivia and her mother kind of have a little argument during breakfast. So it's a weird moment, and wow, Olivia thinks that Miranda is behaving like a jerk. And of course that August, who loves Miranda so much, doesn't like the way Via called Miranda. Oh, she's not a jerk, come on. Anyway, the point is that Izabel doesn't want Via to take the bus or even the subway. And at the same time, Via doesn't want to tell her mom that she doesn't need and she doesn't want Miranda's mother to pick her up. So she said, and she insisted that she should come back home by her own, by subway and then bus, because we know that her school is kind of far from where she lives. So, anyway, well, in this chapter, Genetics 101, Olivia explains in more technical terms what type of health problem August has. It's something quite complicated, but one thing that is important for us to pay attention is the fact that as it is a genetic problem, that means Nate and Izabel can have another baby with the same problem as August has. And so does Olivia. And because of that, she decided that she will never have a child of her own. That's pretty difficult, and I understand that must be something very hard for her. Well, Olivia also talks about something very interesting called the Punnett square, and a Punnett square is like a square diagram that is used to predict the genotypes of a particular cross or breeding experiment. And you know, it's a quite technical, it's something related to genetics and science, and something that doctors use to study genetic diseases, right? Well, so, and once again we see why Olivia decided for not having kids at all. So, well, after that we have a little bit more of Olivia's thoughts, including the famous celebration and favorite celebration for August, that is Halloween, October 31st. And for the first time, we see that Via has an opportunity to spend some quality time with her mom. Only them. But unfortunately, Izabel gets a call from the school and she has to pick Og up because he's feeling sick. So, no mom and daughter moments. No more movies, no more popcorns, and once again, Olivia has that feeling of sorrow, of frustration, of disappointment. It's only Olivia and Olivia herself. No mom and no parents, and it's something that makes us think about the importance of our parents in our lives, right? And then Olivia knows what happened with Og. They have a tense conversation about it, and she talks to her brother, and he told her what happened at school, and the conversation that he heard between Jack Will, Jordan, and Julian, and another boy whose name I can't remember now. And she tells him that nobody and nothing can defeat him. Nothing can or should break him. He shouldn't let anyone let him down. So, the idea is to help Og overcome that situation and be strong for himself, right? And go back to school, because he cannot let those boys, those kids defeat him. He is much stronger than that. Of course, he has been through so much his whole childhood. Why should he give up now? No way, definitely not. So, this is the moment we meet another very important girl in August's life. One of his closest friends, Summer. And it's very interesting when, in the beginning, there is a song by Christina Aguilera that says, "You were beautiful, no matter they say. Words can't bring you down. You were beautiful in every single way." Yes, words can't bring you down. The name of the song, Beautiful, and it perfectly depicts the person who Summer is, and she's a wonderful girl, and this is something that we learn through the pages. And she's the one who usually has lunch with Augie. They sit at a table in the cafeteria, and that's where and when she gets closer to him, they start talking. And one thing that is very interesting is the way Summer talks to Augie and how she feels confident to tell him about her ideas, about her little secrets, including the fact that she wants to wear a unicorn costume for Halloween. And she says that that's why she likes him so much, because she feels that she can trust him. And this is pretty moving to read about that, because she doesn't care about the problem he has on his face. Definitely not. Well, and during Halloween, Summer goes to Savannah's house because Savannah's threw a party, invited some people, and of course that Summer was invited, but she feels pretty uncomfortable there. She doesn't like the type of conversation, she doesn't like Savannah's friends' behavior, including Julian, and we already know Julian. We know how he behaves, we know that he's not a nice kid. And Summer decides to go to the bathroom. She locks the door, she picks up her phone and calls her mother, asking her to pick her up because she's not feeling very well, so she wants to go home. And the worst thing is that what she heard about August. So that was, I think, the main reason why she didn't want to stay there. She wanted to leave. And I totally understand Summer. I would have done the same, you know. And after that, during lunch on the following day, when August came back, I think it was Monday, They were having lunch, and he asked Summer if Mr. Tushman asked her to be her friend. Because he believes that, like Jack, Charlotte, and Julian, Summer was also invited by Mr. Tushman to be friends with August. And of course that Summer didn't do that. Mr. Tushman didn't talk to her. And she was really angry with Augie because he didn't believe when she said that no, she is talking to him, she got closer to him because she likes, not because someone else asked her. And then she convinced him. But it was a pretty tense moment, right? You know, sometimes there are situations in our lives where we have to bite the bullet. There is no way to escape, so it's necessary. We have to face the music sometimes. And for August, it happens many, many times. At school, at home, anywhere he goes. So, another interesting thing that we see in this part of the story is how August and Summer talk about death. That was pretty meaningful, the way she sees death and how she understands that people may go to a special place for a while and then it's possible to see them. And it's a very nice conversation between two 11-year-old kids about something that is really difficult for us to discuss, because people have different opinions about what is life after death, or if there is life after death. Anyway, let's keep on reading this amazing book, this amazing story that is so moving and makes us think a lot about our lives and how we deal with our personal problems. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.